Hi, my name's John Costa and I'm the editor of Citizens Eye.
Hi, and I'm Simon Parker. I'm the co-editor of Citizens Eye.
We've got Community Media Week coming up from the Wednesday the 1st to Tuesday the 7th of June. 7 days, full programme of events taking place across the city and the county. The idea is to, every 6 months, so we do them in June and in November, is to get people across the city and the county, all the community groups and all of the 18 news agencies, because we're launching 2 new news agencies as well this time, to come together and share all their news, events, lots of training, workshops and stuff like that. It's from Wednesday the 1st of June to Tuesday the 7th of June. If you go through to the Citizens Eye website, which is all the W's, citizenseye.org, or pick up one of these flyers. You'll see one of these flyers around in lots of community buildings across the city. And on there you'll see a Community Media Week logo. If you click on that, it'll give you a full timetable of the 7 days. Some of the best things I think that we've got going on, we're looking to launch our own iPhone app in partnership with Cuttlefish, which will be great. We'll be doing the launch at 10 o'clock on Wednesday the 1st of June at the BBC Big Screen for half an hour, so it'll be live on the BBC Big Screen. We'll certainly be looking to do a lot of photography, a lot of documentary filmmaking. We're making a documentary called 24/7, which is 20 minutes long, 4 teams of people over the 7 days. We've got an eye hour. We're encouraging people with our community action photographers to go out and for 1 hour, no matter what time of the day it is, during that 7 days, is to spend an hour taking photographs and submitting all of that content into CAPS for the eye hour. And we'll be holding red carpet events for both the eye hour and the 24/7 documentary here a month after Community Media Week at the Phoenix Square Film and Digital Media Centre. We've also booked the screen room here at Phoenix Square every evening from 6:15 to 8:15, and we'll be having things like mainstream films. We're going to be showing Chariots of Fire related to the Olympics. We're showing 3 documentaries, Shock Doctrine, Restrepo, and also Burma VJ, and they'll be accompanied by talks about video journalism. We're also doing a one around graphic novels and cartooning and its role that it can be played in social issues. Certainly looking at the international model and how we could use it more here in the city and the county, deal with some of the issues that our 18 news agencies represent. And on the Wednesday evening we'll be kicking off here with a talk by a documentary photographer, Deepak Mistry, who's coming to talk to us about social documentary, use of photography, and the editors of CAPS, hopefully Tara will be joining us, and certainly Andy Williams will be here with the members of CAPS on their 2nd photography course at the moment, showing some of their work and just generally having a Q&A session. So there's lots of things going on. Saturday there's a big young people's media conversation called Let's Talk on Saturday afternoon. Sunday is a big cycle culture conference here in the whole of the Phoenix, of which we're playing an active role as Citizens Eye and also Wave, the young people's newspaper. And Monday, something I'm particularly looking forward to, is we're going to be showcasing our Community Media Centre 2012 project around the Olympics and the Paralympics in 2012, where the Phoenix Square will become for 9 months the largest independent media hub in the world. And we'll be showcasing the Special Olympics as well, which from 2009 was a fantastic event that we organised, and really what we're trying to capture and replicate, if you like, in 2012 around that. So it's going to be a full and packed programme, 24/7. Looking forward to it. It's going to be very, very tiring. There's quite a few people that I know aren't even looking at the timetable because it frightens the living daylights out of them. But we've got quite a lot going on, haven't we? So if you're interested, please get in touch. You can email us at editor@citizenseye.org. Look at the website citizenseye.org or click on the logo. We'd love to see you. Just drop in and say hi. It's going to be a busy week. We're going to try and put community media on the map again, not only here in the city and the county in partnership with BBC Radio Leicester and the Mercury, but certainly internationally, sending a lot of news out around the world, as we always do. People don't realise that, to things like Sky News and the BBC and CNN, but also further afield as well, using lots of free apps and iPad apps and things that you can get. Just sharing that information, letting people know that Leicester's on the map. Really, it's a great place to live. We first did our first one last November, which was very successful. I think what it taught us was that there's lots of people that are interested in getting involved in community media but don't really know where to start. So what we've done is we've invented a model called a community news cafe, and we're encouraging lots of community organisations and community centres and coffee shops to make themselves available to run these 1 hour community news cafes, have a community conversation and send the information through to us, which we can definitely put onto Citizens Eye, the website, and also look to get into the Mercury newspaper. We have a page every Thursday or Friday, which is edited by James Black, who is our community news page editor. and get the information out there, and treat seriously the whole subject of community news. And that's where the relationship we've had with all of our volunteers, and also the work that Simon does as leading with the community news cafes. Maybe you could tell them a little bit about Thurnby Lodge.
Yeah, obviously Citizens Eye is always trying to generate content, and we found that a really good way of doing that was kind of beginning the community news cafe model, which John started down at Coney Blues Coffee in the High Cross in Leicester every Tuesday between 9:30 and 10:30. So anybody interested is welcome to come along to that. But how it works is, to one of those meetings, a group came from an area of Leicester called Thurnby Lodge, and they'd got funding to develop a newsletter, but they'd lost their editor and their writers, and it was just the sort of Tenants and Residents Association, and they had no confidence in being able to write, edit and source the material that they needed. So we suggested that as a group of reporters, the Citizens Eye team would go down there and generate a newsletter, almost like a flash newsletter in one afternoon, which took about 2 hours. So we arranged that again. James Black came along with us, along with some of our reporters. We went along and we got stories from across the ward and produced a newsletter in about 2 hours. It took a bit longer than that to get the practicalities of photos and that, but it's a really good model to be able to take out there that we can offer to communities right across Leicester, and especially those that tend to get neglected or feel that they've got neglected. They're the kind of groups that we're interested in reporting on and helping for them to report themselves. So yeah, I get all the content that's been sent in to us from organisations, individuals from across the city, work on that and publish that on the website each day. But also what it does, it offers a chance to get more people involved in Citizens Eye, because we actually advertise those volunteer roles on the library website, and we can do a lot of the kind of admin stuff that Citizens Eye needs in terms of things like CRB checks and things like that. But also, of course, libraries are in communities right across the city, and any city could use it as a replicable model, I think, because libraries are open at fairly good times for people to use, often in the evenings and weekends, so they could act as a really good places to develop a community news cafe model. So we'll be looking to use various locations in community media week, but also in an ongoing way, hopefully, because like the model I talked about earlier with the residents out at Thurnby Lodge, it's very easy to do that in fairly neutral and comfortable spaces that people don't mind coming to, and libraries fit the bill with that, as do cafes and community centres, things like that. Anywhere people feel like they can go without an agenda that they've got to fulfil, then I think it's really positive. So that's what my role is, and also to act as a bridge really between kind of statutory organisations, which obviously a local authority is, and a voluntary organisation. Everybody's talking about how a model of a big society could work, and I think that's actually been neglected somewhat. People have talked about them independently. Not many people have been talking about a hybrid or a fusion of the two, and I think there's lots of opportunities for that haven't been realised yet. So hopefully Community Media Week will offer us the chances to develop more of those opportunities.